Hello, this is John Piper with the weekend video clip, and it's Saturday the 23rd of November and also part 2 of this month's Technical Trader. We covered the equity markets in the previous part. Let me just get this right. And we're going to look at gold and the currencies in more detail today. First, a quick recap on the equity markets. As I say, we covered this in detail on Wednesday's clip, but you can still access via the TTT link in the report. Basically, we've had this impulsive move down. We've now got either an A, B, C, or, and I think more likely, this is somehow a correction, and we've got a 1, ABC 2, and then a new impulsive move, and we're just waiting for this correction to finish. And of course, it's going on and on this correction. It's had every excuse to go higher, but has failed to do so far. There's still plenty of negatives in the system. There's a huge mass of them, really. The markets have rallied enormously, and it's certainly time for a more important sell-off, but we are at that time of year when we would expect things to go up, not down, and certainly this is a corrective form. So let's look at this in a bit more detail. As you can see, it doesn't get much more corrective than this. Here was the peak last day or so of October. So for 3 weeks now, we've just been doing this sort of slow drift down. Now, this looks corrective too, to be honest. There's really nothing impulsive here, but then so is this. So, we got a buying spike there, but the market's done nothing with it, and so we continue to drift. The expectations are it's going to go up, but not much to go on. Look at the DAX. Okay, here's the hourly chart of the DAX. Kind of little spikes. A different picture here. We're trending up. We had a nice buying spike on Thursday. Gap got filled. This is a very nice Zeit gap trade. Incidentally, there was a 60-odd point profit if you use the cash, which I do using this real-time price service. But if you used IG, I think a stray tick popped in from pre-8 o'clock to the 8 o'clock bar, making the bar much higher, had a higher high. Therefore, there was less profits. Still 40-odd points, 60-odd points on the cash. This happens occasionally. It's, in fact, there's swings and roundabouts. IG, the price is slightly different. Sometimes you miss bad trades. Sometimes, which is a good thing, obviously, from IG's point of view, or at least those using IG's point of view. And sometimes you get a little less profit, but it balances out in testing anyway. That's what I saw. So we had a nice trade there. So I'm still holding long here, but it's been a bit dreary. But it's positive. Okay, look at the Dow now. Well, the Dow's now made 16,000, as you can see from the print there. We had this correction here, which I was talking about. Can't quite see the top of that, but BC. I was expecting one more decline. We didn't get that. We then got the move up, which no particular form, but it's positive. And we're getting ever nearer to that trend line resistance, which I'll just show you. Okay, that's a weekly chart. You can see the resistance there. So we're pretty much bang on it now. We still have another month till Christmas. So again, the expectation is for positive action. There is talk of a blow-off top here. The wave pattern suggests otherwise, and since we've got this 1, 2, looks like a 3 up to there, maybe 4 and then a 5. So a blow-off top, some kind of enormous rally that sucks everybody in, and a big bubble type situation. It seems unlikely, but of course, if we just break through and keep on going, then anything can happen. But the wave count suggests otherwise. Okay, now have a look at the gold. Right, here's a daily chart. We saw this triangle breakout, but proved to be a false one. Now this big decline down to there. Now that's a fairly clear ABC, and we might think that a decent low would be in. Problem is, this looks like an ABC as well, suggesting that it's not in, that this is just a correction. But this is, and so we're now moving down to retest it. So we could easily see one new low. Longer term count, don't look at that right now, but the longer term count still suggests it's a wave 4, a very big wave 4. It doesn't look more than that at the moment. I think we could easily see new lows below there. That's about 1180. And that may be a buying opportunity. You have to see what happens when we get there. It's gold's been rather disappointing for the last Christ, it's 2 years now. I didn't realise. Anyway, I've had 2 years now of this, which is well, I mean, clearly you'd think that the gold bulls would have disappeared, but no, they're still alive and well as well I can see. But I guess you sort of have the faith, I suppose. But right now it doesn't look terribly encouraging. So let's look at the currencies. Right, pound euro, everything looked good in the sense we had this 5-wave C wave, and we then came down fairly sharply, not the ideal format. And suddenly we burst back up again, back to 1.2, and we retested this last week. I did sell at one point, well around 1.2. I bought some euros. As I said, it was something I needed to buy some anyway, so it wasn't a trade as such. This decline is not significant as yet. I mean, we could be peaking, but there's no real evidence that's the case. I mean, the fact the sharp pattern is positive, if anything. Let's have a quick look at a couple of things. Right, just to complete the longer term pattern, we had this big decline, then A, B, will look like a C, all clear, all perfect. Then this big blip up. So some kind of failed extension is a possibility here, I guess, but we haven't failed yet. So that remains to be seen. The short. This is the hourly chart, so a bit of a selling spike there, possibly impulsive. Wave pattern isn't ideal, but it's a sharpish move. Now I've got an A, B and a C of sorts, so I mean there is a case that we're seeing a peak, but this is yet to confirm that. Right, pound dollar. No change on pound dollar. We're still hammering away at this critical trend line, the long term triangle I've been talking about for some time now. So we're seeing this now. Look, an ABC fairly clear, really. This looks like new impulsive action. It could be some kind of it could be a 5-wave form, 3 and 5. So let's have a look at it in the shorter. Again, not hugely clear. I mean, there seems to be a 1, 2 there. That's fairly clear. But that would look like a 3, 4, 5 to there. That could be 1, I suppose. Then the rest becomes a bit confusing. Alternatively, maybe that's a 1, and this is a 2, and now we're into the third way, in which case we can see a thrust up. But again, it's not terribly clear. We've got major resistance above us, so again, I'm going to stand aside there. Right, euro dollar. Okay, here's a weekly chart showing the triangle. So we're still due to go up to 145. No change there. It's taking its time. Something there's a 10-cent move there. And it looks like I may have seen a low, in fact. Let's have another look at that. Okay, there's a 5 waves down here, which is contra trend, as it were, as far as the bigger triangle is concerned, but this looks quite impulsive. Again, I'm expecting 145, but I'm not inclined to trade right now, again. Okay, that's all for this weekend. I hope you found it interesting and useful. I'll be back with the open report on Tuesday morning. And have a great weekend. Bye for now. Thanks for listening.